So today we are going to be making 2 of these praying hands, but we're going to link them together so that they sit like this. This one is a little bent. I was just trying it out to see what it would look like, and I'm really not good at making hands, but these turned out okay. So I tried it on a larger scale just to see what it will look like, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep this triangular shape or if I'm gonna go ahead and do it in a circle like that. So first you'll need some air dry clay. I ordered this off of Amazon. It's called dries. And you can make this as big or as small as you want. But I'm going to try and get this one to be the same size as this one so I don't have to make 3. You just get a good chunk of it. And this has been sitting for a while, so I do need to knead it a little bit in order to soften it up. So make sure your area is clean. This is just a little marked up, but these spots are not going to come off onto my clay. And then knead it until it gets soft, and then just start rolling it out. And if it's too long, if it comes out longer than the one that I need to match this one, I can always cut it. Normally I would have made these 2 at the same time so that I could get them both at the exact same length and width. I was just trying that one out in order to see how it would go, if it came out right. So I have to make this one by itself. So I'm kind of looking at this just to see the thickness, how skinny I need to get it. And you see this is a little too thick, so we're going to keep rolling. Okay, now that I have this about this thickness, they're about the same. I'm just going to use this one as a guide. And cut off the ends to match. Doesn't have to be exact. For the hands, the way that I figured out was to start from what I think is the wrist and press down and flatten it out. Flatten them to about the same thickness. And then I'm just going to cut the shape of sort of like a tulip. Okay. Then I want to bend them up just to get a feel for what side will be the thumb. So I know thumbs are going to be on the inside of the wrist. Really simple. Just going to cut out the thumb. The pinky. I'm just going to make an indent for the pinky, and then just shape it as I go. If you have a better way of doing this, I'm welcome to any suggestions. Hands are always difficult for me, drawing or painting. Usually I avoid it by putting the person's hands behind them. I'm just making an indent. Bring the thumbs in. I cut out a triangle to put some space between the thumb and the first finger. And then I'm going to bend them back up together like that. You can use some water or something to shape that a little bit. And I'm just going to use this to prop up the hands until it dries. Because this one is shaped sort of like a triangle, I am going to mimic that shape here with the arms. Just so that when I link them together. Oh! I do need to take this apart, because these are going to actually be linked together. Ooh, close call. I wouldn't have wanted that to dry separate, because I wouldn't have been able to get them linked together. So I'm just going to use this to keep this propped up a little bit. There we go. This has been drying overnight. But on the other side, you can see it's still not fully dry. This is what it's supposed to look like. And this is what it's looking like underneath. So I'm just going to let it dry fully, most likely overnight again, just to make sure it's not hardened completely. And then I'm not sure if I'm going to spray paint this or not, but you can get a feel for what I was going for, the look. With this part, you could actually get as creative as you like, because I had even thought of painting some sleeves on here and making this look like a man's hands, and then a woman's hands, and then paint the nails or something like this. Endless things that you could do to create the look that you like. What I decided to do was go ahead and take these outside and spray paint them black. and then use rub and buff to go over the top and make it look metal. So we'll see how that works. Okay, so this is what the ink is looking like right now. There are some missing spots where the paint didn't really cover or it was touching itself and things like that. So, but that's fine because I'm going to cover it now with this rub and buff antique. This one is antique gold. I just had to buy another one because my daughter did something with the other one, so I went to Hobby Lobby and bought this one. The first one I had actually gotten on Amazon because Walmart didn't have it and I didn't know Hobby Lobby had it. So I'm just going to put a little bit on my finger like that, and I could leave these all black or spray paint them some other color, but I just wanted to see what this looked like if it was metallic. So as you can see, this covers really well just for a little bit that I used. And I put the black underneath just because I like the look of rub and buff when it's going over the black paint. The black shows through just a little bit and ages it even more, so, or helps it look like metal. So I'm going to just focus on the top portion because underneath here you're not going to see it. I don't like how underneath it's flat, so I'm going to position it to where this will be the top portion. And I know I should probably be using some kind of paintbrush for this, but sometimes using your hands is more fun. So. I like how I left the bend instead of going with the round shape because it just almost makes it look like an elbow rather than having it rounded. Like I said, you can do this any way you want. The gold with the black underneath is giving a little bit of definition. You can see the wrinkles in the elbows and in the wrists and the hands. Just makes it stand out a little bit more.